your host on the same channel, Nicholas, all the way from Nigeria, will bring to you, and this is how this moves of Unique Performing Arts. This is a platform whereby you as a dancer get to learn about dance, learn different dance moves, different concepts, how to create a dance, how to be a better dancer that you are. And it's not restricted to just professional dancers, it's also open for those dance lovers who want to learn how to dance, who want to also take dance as a career. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe and don't forget to click on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. You can go back to our previous videos on our page and see amazing videos we've kept all for you, so you don't want to miss it. And also, if you like our videos, do well to give us a thumbs up, click on the like button, and also you can share with your friends, and share with fellow dancers, people that are dance lovers also. Alright, so we're moving into today's business. So today we're going to be talking about elements of dance. In our previous videos, we talked about what dance is, we talked about origin of dance, we talked about types of dance, style of dance, elements of dance, and I promise you guys that I'm going to be breaking down everything we talked about in our previous videos so you can have a clearer understanding of what it's all about. Now, one thing I need you to know from this video is that from whatever you're getting from this video, even as a beginner dancer, every explanation you get from today's video is what is going to level you up from being a dancer that is here to become this as a dancer. Elements of dance. What are the elements of dance? Now, elements of dance are the foundational concepts and vocabularies that form dance, that are put together to create dance. Now, without these vocabularies, without these elements of dance, there is no dance. These are what make dance easy for you. These are what makes you not to stress when you are trying to create a dance piece or a dance choreography. An element of dance is everything put together that forms a dance. So, what are the elements of dance? There are basically 5 elements of dance that we're talking about. Some places in some other study you might have come across other elements of dance. This is also correct. But we're going to be talking about 5 major elements of dance. And the first element of dance that we're talking about today is the body. Now, the human body is an instrument to express movements. Now, the human body is the tool that dancers use to express their movement, to express their emotion. It could be facial, it could be with the hand, it could be with the upper body, it could be with the lower body. So it could be any part of the body. It's not restricted to one part of the body. As far as the body is concerned, the body is a tool to express that, to express your movement, to express emotion, and to express feeling as a dancer. Number 2. The second element of dance we'll be talking about today is action. Also the same thing as movement. Action can be explained as movement that is being created with the body. Whatever you create with your body is referred to as action. So action can be a picture, can be different, whatever you're giving to the eyes of your audience as a dancer with your body, that is action. Now, action is not restricted to just steps or movement. Action can be pulse, action can be feelings, action can be emotion, action can be the facial expression. So when we talk about action, for instance, when you take your hand as regards to movement, this could be an action, this could be an action, this could be an action, this could be an action with a pulse. This is an action. A feeling, this is an action. This is an action. This is an action. Whatever you do is an action. So everything that has to do with movement is referred to as what? As actions. So action is not limited to just steps, like I said. It could be pause, it could be feel, it could be emotions, it could be whatever you want it to be. So that is what action is when it comes to dance. So number 3, we're going to be talking about space. Yes, space. Space has to do with the dancer's environment, the atmosphere in which the dancer does or executes his own movement. Now, in dance, space is one of the vital elements when it comes to dance, because without a space, there is no dance. Space has to tell you where you want your movement to be executed, where you want it to go to. And when we talk about the element of space, we're going to be considering 3 to 4 different factors which has to do with levels, direction, size. So these basic 3 are very important. We have 3 basic levels. We have the upper level. So this is the upper level. The upper level is anything done from your head upward. The mid level has to do with anything done within your torso, shoulders, and all of that. Your lower level has to do with everything that is being done from the waistline down to your toe. So when we talk about all of this level, it doesn't mean that it's restricted and it has to be done with just your body. And in dance, as related to space, we have inward space and we have outward space. Inward space are things that are done with your body in a sport. Whatever you do in a sport, this is it. This is done in a sport. It could be locomotive, it could be non-locomotive. So what I'm doing right now is a non-locomotive movement. I'm doing it on a sport. Locomotive movement are movements that are done across the floor, either by walking. So locomotive movement has to do with traveling steps. Locomotive movement has to do with movements that are done on a spot. So when we talk about dance level, we can decide to go upper level, or we can decide to go lower level. It could be something from the air. So I just made use of 3 levels right now. I made use of my lower level, which is the floor, and I rotate it to my mid level. I took it up to the upper level. Yes. So basically, those are the levels in that. And when we talk about inward and outward, so that was the major reason. I'm going to illustrate with the box in front of me. Now, this is a square. Yeah. This is my space. This is my inward space, this is my outward space. This is my outward space, this is my inward space. So my inward space, I might decide to just do what I was doing before. Here, outward space, I will have to move and take it out. I have to move and take it out. I'm trying not to restrict myself to a point. I come back to my inward space and I go down. I pull to my outward space. Remember, I'm working on my levels. Mid level, upper level, lower level. So, you have to be able to consider all of these things when you create a dance as regards to space. So space is very important. The second thing we're going to be talking about as related to space is directions. Now, when we talk about direction, we're talking about forward, side, and back, and we also have diagonal. Now this is a box, this is a square. So I'm going to illustrate directions with this square. So we have forward, this is my front. Me stepping out, this is my front. This is my back. These are my sides. Yeah, so I have the right, the left, the front, and the back. To the right, to the left, to the front, and to the back. We're dancing already, also with our level. So you don't want to restrict yourself to be dancing on just one place. You want to make use of your space. And when we talk about space, the space doesn't have to do with just where you are standing, stepping out. Your dance could be, like I said before, it could be a traveling step. It could be something, a movement that takes you from here and you rush back and step out and take you from being in the middle to stay at the side. So all of these are space. If this was my stage, I don't want to restrict myself by just dancing here, because at some point my audience might get bored about me. But I want to be able to do movements here and rotate it and step out and jump another movement here to be able to connect with my audience. So me doing all of that, I'm making use of a larger space. That's when we talk about size. So when we relate to space, we talk about direction, we talk about levels, and we talk about size. Now the size has to talk about how big your movements are. Do you want your movement to be small? Do you want it to just be around you? Or do you want your movement to be large? Larger space. This is a bigger movement because smaller movement is you restricting yourself to just stay on a certain position, but bigger movement is you making use of a larger space, moving across the floor, doing movement that takes you across the floor. But when you do a center wall movement, those are movements that leads to what? Those are, you're creating more of like a smaller movement. So, as relating to our directions, we also have the diagonal direction. Now, if you look properly, you discover that we have forward, we have side, and we have back. Now, there's a point in every square. Now, the point that leads from this line to the other line, that point is called your diagonal. Now, this point that leads from this line to the next line is called your diagonal. Now this point that leads from this line to the next line is called your diagonal. So if this is our front, the point in between the front and my right is called my front right diagonal. So this edge is my diagonal to the right. Now, the other edge is my diagonal to the back right. So this is my diagonal back to the left, diagonal front to the left. So this is my front, diagonal front to the right, my right, diagonal back to the left to the right, my back, diagonal back to the left, my left, diagonal front to the left. So all of this are my directions, basically, yes. So this I just explained, that is what space is. So if I decide to create a movement by doing a step forward, so I have to think of, do I want to move my leg forward? And when my leg moves forward, yes, where is my hand going to be? Do I want my hand to be in front or down? My hands are down. Okay, I want this hand to be in front. I take it back. So I have one and back, and I want to step back, two. So I'm creating a dance freeze already with just what? Using my space and creating a what? An action. Now take notes. There are two things that are occurring right now. I'm using my space and I'm doing what? I'm creating an action by doing what? By stepping out. By stepping to the side. By moving my hands. Do you understand? So I just talked about the direction, talked about front, side, and back. Number 4, time. So when we talk about time, some educators are going to mesh time with reading, which is not bad, because timing has to do with the music, basically. It has to do with the second, it has to do with the minutes your movements are being created. So if you're executing a movement to the side, that's why when you watch, you see a lot of dancers do stuff like 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So you're trying to create a movement with time. So basically those counts are time when it comes to music. So most songs has 2 ka, 2 ka, 2 ka. Some has ka, 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 ka. scatter. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1, 2. So all of this counts, working with the beat, working with the meter, it has to do with time. So time relates with music. It relates with what second, what hour, what minute the particular phrase in the song is going to be. So you have to understand that if you want to create a dance, it's not about just creating a step. The step has to align with the song. It has to align with the rhythm. It might be a voice over, it might be what someone is saying. So you are trying to do, maybe you're creating a lyrical dance, you're trying to explain what the person is saying. So it could be like, I was created for a purpose. Every single thing we do that I'm doing right now, it has to do with me working with time. Even as we're talking, there's a time is going, the time is running. So we always work with time as human. That's why on our previous episode I said, dance is life. Because everything, your daily activities, the way you live your life, everything relates with dance. So when you're creating a dance phase, you have to consider all of these things that makes you a human. Time is one of the things that makes us live here and make us be a human. So time factor is a very important element of dance. You have to consider when you're creating a piece. Dancers make use of, we have the 2 count, we have the 4 count, we have 8 counts. So most times you see 4 bars of 8, that means we're going to be counting 8 for some movement 4 times. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 1 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's another 2 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm doing the same thing over and over again, which is 1 8. So they might tell you that, okay, the movement is 8 counts and it's going to be done 4 times. So you're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is the time you're working with. You are creating a piece already. So now we are measuring, we're working with the body, which is the 2. 2, we're creating an action, which is the movement of our hands and our hands. 3, we're working with space, which is the mid-level and the lower level. 4, we're working with time, which is our rhythm too. You have to consider all of these elements when you dance. It's very important. Moving on to our next element. Number 5, we're going to be talking about energy. Energy refers to the force of an action that is being released or that is being created when creating a dance movement. So the texture of your movement, the force in the texture of your movement is what we refer to as energy. Now, I just created a step. I need 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, this is a soft movement. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That is soft. Movement, I can restrict it to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and 1. Now, if you observe what I just did, the first one came out slow, slow. Slow, 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 slow. And the second one came out, and there was a restriction. So the first one was a light force added to my movement. The second one was, there was force in it. The force was heavy. So when creating a piece as a dancer, you see all of these elements are connected because energy is very important. You have to be sure of the movement I'm going to be creating now. It doesn't need to be hard or does it need to be soft. Does it need to be something that according to the music or according to whatever thing you're working with, you have to consider your movement. Okay, I want to create a soft movement. I want my movement to be soft. That is you creating something soft. Something strong. So when creating a dance piece, you have to understand that there are different levels, there are different things you have to consider. It's not all about just moving. You have to understand that it doesn't have to be restricted movement all through your dance. Your dance has to be soft. Your dance has to be graceful at some point. It has to be energetic at some point. So people can be able to relate and can be able to connect. People can be able to feel your tension. Do you understand? That's why it's very important as a dancer, when you're creating a movement, you need to understand that, okay, at this point, when you create something soft, people are saying something soft, okay, something soft. Now, they don't know what you're creating, so the next thing that is in their mind will be like, maybe everything is going to be soft. The next thing you are doing is pa 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 pa. So you are taking your audience unaware. So, as an element of dance, energy is very important. Energy helps you to be able to keep your dance on this level and to bring it down to this level and to be able to rotate it and bring it back here. So all of these things helps you to be able to connect with your audience. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, if you're new to our channel, please click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification button so you don't get to miss any of our videos or any of our episodes. So if you've not seen our previous video, go well to visit our page and go back and watch our previous video. Remember to click on the like button and also share. You can also leave a comment below if you want to share your ideas or there is a question you would like us to attend to. We are always at your service. We don't waste time giving response to you.